Now, going over to the political podcast, you have Illinois Governor JB Pritzker says that he will not deport illegals or cooperate in the raids. Because, of course, why would you want to clean up Chicago? They've been doing great. Like the Chicago Bears. Haha, sports joke. Spoiler alert, they have not been great, or they have not won for decades. Very similar to the business and culture of Chicago. There's a reason, let me know in the comments, can you name one business that has moved to Chicago in the past decade? I really should bring props for the show so I can actually have a pin drop. I'm not sure if you could hear it. It's a moderately good microphone. Yeah, just let that pin drop because, spoiler alert, no. And McDonald's doesn't count. They lived in a suburb and for some ridiculous reason, they actually moved from Oak Brook to Chicago. That's just down the street. That doesn't count. Also a great way to endanger your employees, or maybe that's a good way to actually have employees quit so you don't have to pay them severance packages. Instead of going from one of the richest suburbs of Chicago, you have to go to Chicago for work now. I can't imagine a lot of employees appreciated that in McDonald's, but I partially digress. This comes to us thanks to Libs of TikTok, in which she says, quote, breaking Governor of Illinois, or let's call it Illinois to insult them or kind of backhanded. Spoiler alert, if you're actually from the Midwest, they pronounce it Illinois, but if you're not, most people call it Illinois. Though it is mostly noise and nonsense, so perhaps it is appropriate. I partially digress. She says, quote, breaking Governor of Illinois says local law enforcement will not cooperate with raids and deportations of illegals in his state. I'm actually fascinated. He does have an American flag behind him, very unusual, given his political ideologies. But here's a JB Pritzker, which we'll give it a couple days till he's elected for arrested for corruption. Fascinatingly enough, that's a pretty popular track record or career path when you are a political leader in Illinois. Let's see. I'll give him one credit. He did suit up. He did one thing right. Pretty good. It's a nice suit. He did one thing right.
But we also want to make sure that there isn't a violation of people's rights with, raids, for example, that are done in coordination with local law enforcement on people who are, frankly, holding down jobs and have been in this country for many, many years. We think that's improper. And in Illinois, that's not something that we would condone. There's been some talk about using other states' National Guard, red state National Guards to somehow come into a blue state and try and enforce these new Stephen Miller inspired rules. And that's just not something we're going to accept. But
we're just not going to accept, obeying the law. And fascinatingly enough, the people of Chicago are starting to turn against that, partially because the handouts they used to get are going to the illegals that are there now. So maybe they'll vote differently? No, probably not. It's been almost 100 years of ineptitude leadership over there. I doubt they'll fix it. Again, click that subscribe button. I appreciate all the feedback. I'm trying to slow down my rate of speech. And I have a theory. When I first started the show, basically no subscribers. Well, a couple family members. And I spoke terribly. Spoke even faster back then and stumbled over my words worse than Joe Biden trying to walk upstairs. But as I slowly but surely gain more subscribers, my speaking has improved. Yes, the bar was quite low. Just some might argue it's just a modicum of improvement. But statistically speaking, an improvement nevertheless. So if you can go ahead and click that button, I greatly appreciate it. Maybe get through an entire episode speaking perfectly. Shoot, send this over to your friends and your enemies. Maybe your enemies will like the material so much they become your friends. Or perhaps they hate the material so much you simply anger them, almost akin to poking the bear, and you get more conflict, so perhaps not recommended. Though these might make for an interesting story. So you can go ahead and click that button and tell your friends and your enemies. I would greatly appreciate it. Now, this went pretty well. I got 520,000 views and 4.2 thousand likes, which one of the first comments is a little disappointing. Comes from Planet of Memes, but they did not, in fact, respond in meme form. Nevertheless, this alleged Planet of Memes says, federal funding gone, getting 857 likes. Which, yeah, spoiler alert, they're screwed if they don't have that, because just like many inept states like California and New York, they can't balance a budget worth a damn. Kind of like how California just mysteriously can't really say how they spent $25 billion combating homeless, quote unquote. They really don't have anything to show for it. Money just kind of vanished. Yeah, I don't think anyone's more fiscally irresponsible than those states and cities. Yeah, but Planet Memes did get 857 likes. Phoenix Ammunition says, quote, build the gallows and make sure the rope is thick. This guy is fat as... Oh, cover your ears if you have children listening. Try to make it moderately family friendly so you can have it on the radio or not on the radio yet, but have it on speaker, so to say. So Phoenix Ammunition says, quote, build the gallows and make sure the rope is thick. This guy is fat as F. Getting 340 likes. Meme Wars A+, they did in fact respond in meme form. Says, quote, they want their fruit picked. And there's a picture of a almost like a little cartoon caricature in terms of how the format is of the meme. It says, I haven't seen Democrats this mad since we took away their slaves. Getting 657 likes. Wall Street Apes says, quote, he also vowed to use all avenues possible to legally challenge deporting illegal migrants. These people steal elections and then dictate the rest of us. Getting 900 likes. They also get more people in the House of Representatives because it shouldn't be done this way, but the U.S. Census is based on all people, not legal people. So there's a big incentive mechanism because you get more representation in D.C. by having a lot of illegals. That's why California, a lot of these states incentivize it. You also have Salty Goat saying, quote, his fat ass is going to be in for a big surprise. He 1,000 likes, which, again, he might be arrested by corruption charges by tomorrow, given the history of Chicago. That wouldn't be out of the realm of possibilities. Also have DEL saying, quote, while the governor of Illinois will be violating the law by harboring fugitives, getting 801 likes, which, yeah, they do that. Let's see. Reza Chowdhury says, quote, every illegal facing deportation nationwide should immediately make plans to go to Illinois. You are safe there, according to Pritzker. The city of New York will even provide you a free airfare, getting 597 likes. This have the most likes, but it's funny because it's Futurama. Meme Wars says, well, he'll have to get used to it. And it's, I forget what episode it is. One of the OG original episodes. It's Professor Farnsworth, and he has a giant red pill. And main character Fry, he has a t-shirt saying Blue States. And Fry goes, I can't swallow that. And the professor zooms in, he has a Trump hat on and says, well, good news. I can't do his accent. He says, it's a suppository. Getting 210 likes, which might backfire. In this situation, you might like it. But nevertheless, I don't judge. It's 2024. One bad dude says, quote, arrest him and start deportations, getting 465 likes. Let's see. Memore says, wait, what is with Democrats? And there's a picture of someone saying you can't just buy a person. That shows a slave auction, and he's angry. And then it shows a happy person, and it's Pete Buttigieg and his husband in a hospital bed holding a baby because they bought one via surrogacy. Even more ridiculous, again, two biological men holding a baby, and they're sitting in, like, I don't know what you call not the chair, the bed that you sit in if you're a gal in the hospital, and they're both sitting there as if they've actually delivered it and did something. Got 87 likes, and a great example of ineptitudes of the U.S. government. Pete Buttigieg was gone for like 6 months, but no one realized it, and he still collected a paycheck. Let's see, I'm not seeing any contrarian statements. Get off my lawn. Good name. Says, quote, I guarantee you there'll be local law enforcement that will gladly help. There's a picture of Illinois. County by county shows that Illinois is mostly red. It's only the shitty of Chicago, Peoria, and one or two other counties that are blue. But yeah, that's the funny thing. I mean, there are a lot of Republicans who live in Illinois. Unfortunately, I mean, they just have to deal with ridiculous, especially against the Second Amendment, anti-gun laws. That's why I got out as soon as I could. But yeah, they still live there for reasons. But yeah, by landmass, yes, mostly red. And that's why there's so many memes after the election. There's no such thing as, blue states. It's only blue shitties. They got 27 likes. The Traditional Rebellion says, quote, well, then the governor of Illinois can go live with the migrants he loves so much and can be deported with them. It's the meme where you have the hand going underwater to try to grab someone, but it doesn't. It gives them a finger. The hand, in this case, reaching underwater to help is called the U.S. government. It's trying to help another hand called illegal migrants. And the other picture has the U.S. government, the hand going underwater, but it's flipping off the person trying to reach out for help. That's labeled taxpayers. Getting 79 likes, which, yeah, they sure get a lot of benefits. They get a lot of our tax dollars. I think it's like $750 per night for like a fancy hotel in New York. And they got food vouchers and a bunch of other stuff. It's ridiculous. Old Russian says, quote, Soros joins him as so many other blue governors. I forget who George Soros' son is, but it looks like his son with JB Pritzker taking a disproportionate amount of camera space. Getting 75 likes. It'll be interesting to see what does Illinois actually do in terms of, well, the federal government, if they do intervene, is Illinois going to, stand guards at the border and try to, stop them? I mean, it'd be fascinating. I mean, Illinois has a good track record of not preventing any crime, but maybe this is just, they love crime so much that they just want to use the resources to ensure it keeps happening. Given the track record of Illinois, I wouldn't be surprised, but let me know in the comments because, as always, I'd be fascinated to hear what you have to say. Thank you, everyone, for taking the time to tune in. Again, I'm trying to get to 4,000 subscribers by the end of the month, so if you can click that button, I would greatly appreciate it. Also, give me a thumbs up or thumbs down or comment. It's a great way to give me a little bit of additional feedback, letting me know how I can make the show better and better. Lastly, don't forget to take time to tell your family, tell your friends, tell your coworkers, heck, tell your enemies, tell anyone and everyone. Just stay safe and fight the good fight.